words. If you are feeling it, if you are understanding it, if you are getting it, that what is the importance of it, then exhale. Exhale by your words, by your expression, writing in the chat box, and make me understand that you understood my point. Do I make sense? So my
Absolutely.
chat box is open. Either you can show up the thumbs up or put on the chat box, yes, you understood. Sorry for being a very harsh teacher or a speaker जो आप लोगों को भी काम कराएगा थोड़ा थोड़ा अपने साथ में. But that is how I am and that is how who I am. Huh? So thank you so much for showing up. Yes. So the way you put up, मेरी भी energy थोड़ी सी बढ़ेगी, मेरी भी gravity बढ़ेगी, तो I'll just put off more good contents and more good vibes for you. Or that's really becomes a like a dream come true that I'm talking to from Rajasthan, a typical hot area, to a Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, a typical cold area of India. And two of the states are talking with each other and into a very different language where we are talking about the importance of a female. So yes, I'll begin my session by my topic that it is business succession planning, a catalyst for your professional or a business, whatever you are doing into your life. I'm a Ravi Mamodiya and my partner helped me for preparing this. So अभी से यहाँ से जो भी हम 1 घंटा conversation करेंगे, it should go completely into a way that you are understanding it, you are grasping it. If there's any practical problem things, if you can share, we'll definitely try to solve it. And along with Varuna ji, Ritu ji and Gitika ji, I'm really thankful to all the females who have been here and showed up because you have really did something good with my life. Yes. So moving ahead, what we are going to do today. So I'll just tell you what is succession planning. Why succession planning? How to start with it, when to start with it, and some basic laws around it. Being a chartered accountant, I cannot skip the law. So please allow me to share all of the views for the laws also. I'll not definitely put sections or citations with you, but I'll definitely put the context of that section, that what he wanted to say and how it wanted to take you up and how you are able to, as a layman, as a basic understanding. There are many laws which are not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh typically into India, but there are few things which is applicable, and so do we must understand the importance of this succession planning. Chaliye. So before I start, again a part of your exhale, is it allowed to me to quickly share my journey, that where I am and how I have begun up?
Yes, please do. Yes, please do, Ravi. It's very important that you do that.
Right. So as a chartered accountant, I began my journey in 2011. I passed my CA, and in last 10 years, I'm into a continuously consulting service and helping the entrepreneur that how they can see and make their businesses to the another level. What is the meaning of another level for me is that I've worked with a corporates, I've worked with a small MSMEs, I've worked with even our dukanwala, and I know that there's a huge gap between what a corporate do, what the MNCs do, and what as an MSME we do, and how we can follow it into a better way, how we can make this place a better place, and how we can grow up. That is what my area of expertise lies in. So my hiccups and hiccups of life was going on. So I struggled for 2-3 years for my taxational and other auditing practices. As there's no background, I'm the first generational into my practice, into a CA firm. I started with 2 of my partners in 2011, and in 2016, suddenly something has happened, and that we understood that our partnership is not working out, and we broke up. And just after 2 months of that the process was going of shifting my clients to my place and their client to their place, and some basic hiccups of emotions and other things, I lost my father into an accident. In 2016, that April was the month, and June was the month. April was the month where we break up the partnership, and June was the one where I lost my father. And my mother saw that accident, and that was typically into a train accident, and we lost him on the spot. And I was not knowing that what is happening around. Suddenly, a morning, in the evening, I left my father to a train. My mother and father was going to some religious place for spending their vacation for 2-3 days. And next day morning, I just received a call and saying that my father is no more. And which made me realize the importance in the way the life takes up and the experiences of the life. And then from 2016 to 2018, 19, it takes me complete 2 years basically to understand that how I can control the emotions of my family. Being an elder one into a family, it's my responsibility to take up, to show up. So I have a brother, younger. I have a sister, younger sister. And I have to settle up with my own family as well because I just got married in 2013. And I got a daughter in 2015. There's so much messed up around that I don't know that how to take and go ahead in the life. And mostly my mother is completely into a setback. And I don't know how to start the things. So in these 3 years, I daily struggled with my life just to know that where the insurance policies are of my father, what all the properties he have, how can I get the better control of those properties, where all he has a bank account, his nominee is registered, and all those kind of a hiccup which usually all the people must have seen. And even being a chartered accountant, being a financial literate person and understanding this market, it's take me almost 2 3 years just to basically understand that how I can come up. And all my practice was going on together. And in 2019, we all faced the COVID. We all shut inside the house. And that is a time comes up where I introspected and I realized that whatever my learning was, I must transfer these learnings to the people. On those days when I was in a struggle with my father's things, so I was thinking ki, if I can refer some book, if I can refer some place where I can get the answer of these things, but I couldn't find any place. So in 2019, when the COVID came in 2020, I think that if there's no book, I must make a book where people can show and understand that what they should do at this point of time and how they can think about it. As I usually say in all of my sessions, and I mentioned in the first chapter of my book, the first paragraph is that death is something which is inevitable. Be it Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh, or be it Rajasthan, death is something which is going to come at any part of the world. And that is the only true reality after a birth that is going to happen with us. So I just wanted to talk to people around it. And you know what? Death is the only subject which people don't want to talk upon. People wanted to talk about the growth, their family, parenting, their business growths, their personal life, their professional life, their personal hiccups of the life, but nobody wanted to talk about the death. So I've decided to talk about the death. And there how my journey begins. So I started writing a book, and a beautiful book come up by the name of Business Succession Planning, has been inaugurated by our ex-CM of Rajasthan, Vasundhara Rajeji. She is also from the royal family of Rajasthan. The book has been appraised by many people and so has been published at many places. And I've continuously taking the session and making people aware that what is the importance of it. Why I'm doing so? Again, I exalt time people. You are on mute, ma'am.
Raviji, your voice is not coming. Hello?
Hello.
Hanji.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Is it audible?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
right.
Raviji, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was saying that you are doing this so that any one of us under any such situation know what to do and how to go about it.
So lovely, so pretty. Thank you so much for understanding my context. So basically, I just wanted to say that the pain which I have seen, I just want if I can somewhere somehow relieve this pain from the people, and that has become my value addition to my life and to the other people who are around me. Done. So that is something brief about me. So now I'll begin my journey, and I'll just start my journey. I'll take up some stories into it so that you will able to relate it and make it understand. So to make you understand what is succession planning, so I have just given one example here. So there is one corporate house. In front of that corporate house, there is one chai wala. You all know that small stall of a chai wala, 30, where people used to stand, take a tea and do their stuff. They talk, they have their own common times and they spend there. So there in the corporate, there's a one CEO and CFO who has been there. So CFO has came out with his few managers and went to a 30. And they all were discussing into a 30 about some issues and things of the life. Suddenly a CXO asked to their manager and employees that what do you think, who is more successful? Is chai ki 30 wala is more successful or I am more successful? The manager suddenly replied, obviously, sir, you are more successful. You are earning in lakhs of rupees. You are having so much. You are CFO of this big company. Obviously, you are more successful. How can he be more successful than you? The TXS replied, no, my friend. I think the boy, this 30 wala is more successful than me. They asked that how it can be possible. Then they said that the chai ki 30 wala is having a boy standing with him. That is his son. His son can take up his 30 and take the things to the next level. The 30 can be drawn to the next level. But my son cannot join to this company as a CXO or a manager of the company. That is what the biggest advantage we have as a business owner, that we can pass on that small business event generationally to our family. So gradually they can go big and become a big. And those 30 wala who have planned it generationally, they have become corporates today. Have you heard about this name? MBA Chaiwala now these days.
Yes.
A corporate who is a Chaiwala, but now having a corporate structure. A lot of funding coming to him. A structured way of selling a chai. And even in Jaipur, there is one Sahu ki Chaiwala. It was very traditionally like a typical chai ki stall, but now he has also transformed his business generationally into a chai ka proper setup of a business. And there's a huge example which is nearby you also. Just recall the generational business which you are around with. They all have passed off with this journey. So now let me take you a very beautiful example and to give you an understanding and set up the context that what I wanted to talk. In Hindu mythology, there's a Lord Vishnu that we talked about. So I'm a bit mythological and a spiritual person. I'll just talk about these kind of things as well. So just to elaborate, that Vishnu Bhagwan is having two kind of asan or vehicle to travel from one place to another. Okay, one is Sarp. Sarp is snake. He used to always lying on the snake and sitting and looking all the world that whether everything is going good or not. The second one is Garud. Garud is eagle, where he used to sit on it and have a complete view of the world that whatever happening into my world is everybody is happy. Is anybody needs an help? So the Vishnu Bhagwan used two kind of vehicle to reach to a people and to understand that how the life going on. One is Sarp, that is snake. Second is Garud, that is bird. By this, Lord Vishnu wanted to say that to see this world, we have two kind of angle. One is Sarp view and second is Garud view. What is Sarp view? Sarp view is a reptile view, very limited view. A snake cannot see beyond some meters, but an eagle can see kilometers. Sarp can see only a limited face, but our eagle can feel and see the complete world as a whole. The blueprint, the bird eye view, that's what we talk about. In our business, as an entrepreneur, we also have two angles. One is Sarp view and second is Garud view. All the activities.
May I say something? May I just intervene for a second, Ravi?
Right.
This is arguably one of the best, descriptions for all of us. Honestly, this is so beautifully done. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So what I really wanted to mention here as an entrepreneur, the daily activity in which we are involved into, the daily check, production नहीं हो रहा है, sales नहीं हो रही है, यहाँ से नहीं आया है, production time पे नहीं है, ये taxation time पे नहीं हो रहे, compliances time पे नहीं हो रहे. This is SERP view. Every business owner in day-to-day their life has been blocked up their view and taking a SERP view only into their life. And what I called a Garud view, the people who are thinking beyond. What my life and business after 5 years, 10 years. And those people who have think like this, they have become a big corporate today. They are the only big corporate today into India or whatever the part of the world. I'll give you a very beautiful example. There is one Thaggu. Thaggu is very famous for making the laddus. And full day Thaggu is busy completely in making the laddus and selling it. And he's so famous that till afternoon all of his laddus has been sold out. He go happily to the house and enjoy the life. Now the children of the Thaggus comes into a picture. They are also making a laddus and selling it. Then their children also comes into a picture. Now again, they are making a laddus and selling it. The sales was going good. But at one point of time, the brothers have started fighting. That who will carry the brand of Thaggu ke laddu? Who is original Thaggu? Now a lot of us see original Thaggu wala, old Thaggu wala. That might be example there also. Local person, local, just see. There's always a conflict that who is having an original brand. They don't know. That is what? That is sibling rivalries. That is those people. If Thaggu has taken a view that he'll generate and he'll run his business generationally, might he can make some structure so that he can run the business generationally. But what Thaggu was busy into? Making a laddus. That is, he was not taking a Garuda view. He was just taking a SERP view in his life. That was completely busy into the operations, finances, daily chick, which is not ultimately giving a long-term result to a business. And I'll give you a very beautiful example. Those Thaggus who have not stuck up themselves for making the laddus, they are these people now. Even J.R. Tata has started it into this way. Because he's the latest example. Haldiram, nearby our place, might be that not famous there, but in the northern region, it is too much famous now these days. Tel Workers, Apollo Group. There's a lot of huge example of the family businesses where they have grown up from one generation and more, and they have become a big corporates today. Majority of the corporate structures are come out of this structure. Those who have taken a view of Garud has become these big corporates. How many of you agree with this? Put something on the chat box so that if you can exhale, I can exhale more. Some thumbs ups. Right. Thank you so much. So now what I really wanted to say you that it is very important first to understand what is the importance of it. And we have seen the high importance of it. Because there how we are able to create a legacy businesses. I'll ask you one more question. See, Varunaji, if you are not doing this entrepreneurship and if you got the chance to join some corporate and you have two options. In Jammu and Kashmir, you can join two corporates. One is Reliance and one is Tata. They both are offering you the same kind of a package. Which company you would love to join?
Tata.
Oh my God, why?
I think they would be better off. I think as people or their policies or their perceptions. I mean, I would prefer them over a Reliance. It's just a personal view. I mean, I don't want to get offensive to anybody.
Right. So that is not your view, Varunaji. I'll just give an example. This is a view of everybody who's sitting here.
Okay.
Why? Because generationally, we have seen the values of Tata into their families also.
Right.
They breathe with the values. They go with the values. And you are so much aligned with their values that you wanted to say that I don't want to join a company. I want to join a value of the company.
I totally
And the value of the company is Tata. हमारा भरोसा Reliance will always cheat कर रहा है. That is our basic perception that has been drawn with the stories. And now Tata, that we have gone a very clear that this is very good employer. अगर join करना है तो इसको करना है. That kind of a perception has come up with this. So, is it clear to you that what context I wanted to set here? Am I clear till here?
Absolutely.
Somebody, right, 100%. So if you can give more thumbs up to me, I'll just show you one more beautiful thing. And then we can start the context running here. Yeah, thank you so much. So I'll just show you one video. And over the video, I'll just keep on giving you my voice at the background, and then we'll see. This is one very beautiful ad, which I love always. And I just want that everybody should see it. And where I'll interrupt, just see that what I wanted to talk, and I'll just go into more granule of it. So just allow me to do so. Might some of you has already seen it, so please bear that. My screen is visible, Varuna ji?
जी बिल्कुल.
और घर पे अंकल आंटी जी कैसे हैं? कैसे ही होंगे यार, पापा दी नौकरी चली गई है, छुट्टी कह के भेजा थी, वापस बुलाया ही नहीं.
So this is a scenario of a lockdown. Everybody has recalled this scenario?
Right.
अमृतसर कैसा है? सब सेम ही है यार. पता नहीं लोग कैसे घर चला रहे हैं पूजा. और दीदी ते सब ठीक है? एक मिनट होल्ड कर. अच्छा चल, मैं तेनू बाद में कॉल करनी है. ठीक है, तू ख्याल रख अपना. पूजा मिल्क सेंटर को वर्कर्स की जरूरत है. अगर आप किसी को जानते हैं जिसकी हाल ही में नौकरी गई हो तो हमसे मिलने जरूर भेजें.
एक मिनट आना। क्यों है क्या की है? कहाँ जरूरत है मैं वर्कर्स की? टीम ही नहीं संभल रहे हैं पहले।
पापा की कहते सी बब्बू बोलिए कुछ ऐसा बड़ा काम करो कि दुकान
छोटी पै जाए।
So this is a business which a female entrepreneur is running. और पापा ऐसा कहते थे कि कुछ ऐसा काम करो कि दुकान
छोटी पड़
छोटी
जाए.
पै जाए. That is the only sentence which has fit into her brain, and she wanted to work for that purpose. Again, I am saying this is a value which has been incorporated by father to her daughter. कुछ ऐसा काम करो कि दुकान छोटी पै जाए.
अरे दीदी लेकिन उनका मतलब कस्टमर से था।
तू खोया खा उस्ताद जी खोया बढ़िया बनाए।
थैंक यू दीदी।
मैं पंछियां दे पंख फुला के हां जी मैं क्या काम करते थे?
जी मैं प्लम्बर।
आप दोनों साथ हो?
नहीं जी मैं कारपेंटर।
ये मिल्क सेंटर है रोज सवेरे 3 बजे आना।
जी दीदी।
ठीक है
हाँ जी।
छोटू इनको ऊपर लेके जा। हाँ जी आप
दीदी वो नौकरी के बारे में पढ़ा था।
आ जाओ जी आ जाओ 3 बजे।
चलो भाई ऊपर चलो।
उस्ताद जी ये सब आपके हवाले।
लेकिन दीदी यहाँ इतने आदमी करेंगे क्या?
वो करा लेंगे कुछ ना।
ओ दीदी हाँ जी भैया क्या चाहिए? क्या चाहिए? ओए तू कौन है? जी मैं टिड्डा न्यू मैनेजर। आप कौन? मैं कौन? 10 ज्यादा न्यू। बाजी एक मिनट। कौन हो आप लोग?
क्या हुआ तेरे को?
आप क्या काम करते थे?
जी मैं टेलरिंग का काम करता था। अच्छा टेलर बाजी आप किसी ड्राइवर मैकेनिक को बिठाते हो? नहीं मैं कह रहा उनको भी ले आना। दादी और
हेलो आंटी जी ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਆ ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ ਪਨੀਰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਖਰਾ ਜੀ?
ਉਹ ਆ ਕੀ ਹੈ?
ਪਨੀਰ ਆਂਟੀ ਜੀ ਬੜਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਪਨੀਰ
ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੂੰ ਰੱਖ ਆਪਣਾ ਪਨੀਰ ਤੇ ਰੱਖ ਦਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਹੋਰ ਲੈ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਆ।
अरे आंटी
क्वालिटी की है तुम्हारी। हाँ मम्मी।
सॉरी
Due to improper quality, the customer is not happy. But still, entrepreneur has showed up.
दीदी वो उस्ताद जी नहीं थे तो
नया काम सीखने में थोड़ा टाइम तो लगता है ना। कोई नहीं आ जाओ।
ये लो दीदी पनीर।
बढ़िया है थोड़ा अपने घर ले जाओ।
हाँ जी।
अच्छा मेरे लिए भी बांध दो। दिल दा पौधा चुनदी।
फौज क्यों इकट्ठी करी इतनी जब खुद ही लड़नी है जंग?
ओए पापा की कहंदे सी।
She is completely pissed off, tired of with her own life, with her entrepreneurship skill. But only thing which is giving her gravity to her is पापा की कहंदे सी कुछ ऐसा काम करोगी दुकान छोटी
छोटी
पड़
पड़
जाएगी.
जाएगी.
मम्मी पनीर में मटर मत डाला करो यार।
अंकल जी गलता सुनो ये थोड़ा टाइम दे तो मैंने सारी पेमेंट कर देनी है आपकी।
पता चीजें सामने पेमेंट नहीं आएगी तो मैं आके पेमेंट कैसे करूँगा?
की कहंदे ने?
कुछ नहीं चल मालिक मेरी
दीदी की गाड़ी नहीं दिखाई।
और निकल के तुम्हारी तरफ कौन है? भला जा गड्डी।
She sold her personal assets just because she wanted to retain the employees.
दीदी दिवाली आने तक ना दिवाला निकल जाएगा हमारा। देख ले एक्स्ट्रा लोगों को निकालना होगा यार।
वो इनकी भी तो दिवाली है यार। लगी लाइटें?
बस कर दी प्यार से बस
आजा बब्बू
आई
स्माइल कर दे बेबी।
चलो ना यार।
जीती रहे पुत्र जीती रहे।
पूजा दीदी वेरी गुड। वो देखो देखो पूजा पूजा।
हाय पूजा।
वो क्या हो गया सबको?
पता नहीं
क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? चोरी तो नहीं होगी?
फटाफट
हेलो, क्या हो रहा है ये?
ईशा हाँ जी
मैं चल गई हूँ, मैं उड़ गई हूँ,
भाई ये क्या करके आई है भाई साहब?
मैं चल गई हूँ, मैं उड़ गई हूँ, मैं चल गई हूँ, मैं उड़ गई हूँ, मैं चल गई हूँ, मैं उड़ गई हूँ, मैं चल गई हूँ, मैं
डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करके रखिए ना जरा।
ये सारे लोग
दीदी, वो आप हमारी फेसबुक फ्रेंड नहीं है ना, इसलिए शायद आपको पता नहीं लगा। आया जी आया।
ये है पूजा मिल्क सेंटर, गुरु बाजार में एक छोटी जी दुकान। इसको चलाती भी एक छोटी जी लड़की है, फिर भी हम सब उनको दीदी कहते हैं। जानते हो क्यों? क्योंकि जब सारी दुनिया लोगों को नौकरी से निकाल रही थी तो उन्होंने हमको नौकरी दी। दुकान में इतने बंदों की जरूरत नहीं थी, फिर भी उन्होंने हमको काम दिया। यहाँ तक कि हमारा पेट भरने के लिए उन्होंने अपनी गड्डी भी बेच दी। सिर्फ एक बड़ी बहन ही आपको इतनी हिम्मत और हौसला दे सकती है। आप सब भी यहाँ पर आइए, उन्हें हिम्मत दीजिए और उनका हौसला बढ़ाइए। पूजा में याद रखना।
दीदी, सच में छोटी पैगी दुकान।
मैं चल
मैं बढ़ गई।
How many of you are able to excel by this?
Amazing. What an amazing ad. Fantastic.
So what is the message everybody is getting from here? अब मुझे कुछ चेहरे और दिख नहीं रहे हैं तो वो दिखने पड़ेंगे और लोगों को और डालना पड़ेगा। जब एक्सेल होगा तो कंटेंट और बढ़ेगा, तो ग्रेविटी और बढ़ेगी, तो काम और बढ़ेगा। So one message which I wanted to say, as a female, you are the very good person who understand the importance of value. पापा ने knowingly unknowingly एक वैल्यू इनकॉर्पोरेट कर दी कि बेटा कुछ ऐसा काम करो कि दुकान छोटी पै जाए। एम्प्लॉयज का इतना ध्यान रखा कि एम्प्लॉयज ने पूरी दुनिया बदल दी। Just one value of a father has incorporated a big business for her.
Amazing.
Just one value. And a female entrepreneur is the one who understands these kind of a value in the right way. They are the right people to shape it up and pull it into a business and put that emotion into a business, which a male cannot.
True.
And whatever the way you guys are contributing into your business, your generational business, your own earned business, your own run business, that is something which is very important, is the value, the emotions. And you guys are the best in that. There is no doubt. Even I know that you guys even don't have any doubt in that. So now what is important, that how to put these value into the system so that we can run the successful business generationally. So that we can see that how we can help the males around us, be it your husband, your father, your son, or anybody, your brother, anybody, how, or your partner, anybody as a big contributor into our system.
Right.
Resonating with me? Are you go? Good to go?
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
So आगे बढ़े?
जी. This ad was very inspirational and extremely emotional. So उसकी वजह से video off करना पड़ा रवि जी. So sorry for that.
No, I really resonate with it. एक और चीज बताता हूँ वरुणा जी. You guys are the only one who can do this. You guys are having a power to crack. And that is a big power of the emotions. I know आपका नहीं अकेले का, बाकी सबके भी videos out there.
जी.
I can see it and I understand it and really value it. That's why I'm putting this. I know that I have shaked up your some emotions, but that is something which is very important to put my content forward to you.
Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do so and to touch some of part of your emotions. Chaliye, now let's move ahead. Fasten your seatbelt. Now we're starting with the technical part of it, but we'll try to keep it a bit looser so that you can understand it. Whenever you have a question, park it. If you want, raise your hand, we'll solve it on and there. Chaliye. So moving ahead, what is succession? So succession, if definitionally I talk about that, succession is nothing but a smooth transition of a business from one leadership to another that can be done within the family or outside the family. That is what we call a succession. Correct? The important thing is here, generationally transferring smooth transition of a business from one generation to another, either within the family or some outside person. That is what we call a succession. And again, I'm repeating, that is something which is inevitable. This is going to happen with all of us. Sorry, मैं that word बहुत ज़्यादा use कर रहा हूँ. I'm striking it and giving it too much emphasis because I can speak these kind of things only this way and give the gravity to this because really need it, and so do for our businesses. So as I've told you, there are two kind of a succession. One is family succession planning. Second is business succession planning. Family succession planning means where the family members are coming into a picture in the transition. Your son, daughter, any member of the family, nephew, anybody who is competent enough is coming forward for the business. That is known as family succession planning. When any person outside your family will come, that is called a business succession planning. That person can be your employee, your competitor, your partner, any person which is not a part of the family, then we call it a business succession planning. तो ऐसा नहीं है अगर आपकी लाइफ में आपकी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में अगर लीड नहीं है, अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है, या पीपल आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन प्लान फॉर द सक्सेस.
Please mute yourself, Parak. Sorry.
Can plan for it. It is important that we must understand that it can be done outside the family as well. Right? So that is the only thing which we wanted to look and have an understanding of it. Then why succession planning? Why it is needed? Is it really needed? Should we do it or not? So my answer to is it that it is really very important to plan for the succession because it helps you to intact the values of the family. It helps you to determine the long-term strategy for your business. That is something which is keeping the family's values intact. That will help you, to take the taxation planning into a right time. That will help you to find the right kind of a successor into a life. Identifying the key person of your employee who is going to help you for this. That will help you to create a legacy bond within the family. Align the individual's aspirations with the business and save and growth for your wealth and estates of the future. That is why it is very important for all of us. So now moving ahead, we understood that what is succession planning, why succession planning. There is one more important thing which I wanted to mention here is, there is one Boston Consulting Group study. That is not my study, that is Boston Consulting Group study, which says if there is a planned transaction or unplanned transaction, then what will happen? What is planned transaction? Where the successor has been identified and we are determined that we will identify our successor and do the succession planning. An unplanned transaction is we don't know about who is going to be a successor. If there is a planned transition, then it reduces the revenue of the capital employed by 14%. If it is planned transaction, then it increases the 28% of your market capitalization of your business and increase your EBITDA. EBITDA is basically a profit of your company by at least 5%. That is not my study, that is Boston Consulting Group study. And I really mean it because when I see and vouch it near around me, I really feel that really it happens into this way. I'll give you a very small example here. One of my client is not having a succession plan in a hand and he is running into a 62 and 63 year. He is having some foreign clients and now the foreign client in this visit in India post-COVID has decided not to work too much with my client. He was very much prospect कि वो आने के बाद उनका काम बढ़ा देंगे, कम से कम 25-30% जो order उनको मिलता था उससे ज़्यादा का order मिलेगा and they'll definitely going to shoot up their sales like anything. But they have reduced their working by 50%. When we have gone into a granularity of this, then we find that customer is not comfortable because customer is not seeing the next line coming into a business. That who is going to take up. I'll give you this example with your context also. Try to understand. say Varuna ji, anybody who's into a business, you buy something from a vendor, and vendor's age is running in 65. You are totally dependent on that vendor for your that particular raw material or fabric or for any kind of a thing. And you know that after this vendor, there is nobody in his family who's going to take up his business. Suddenly it is strike up into your mind that what if he's not here? My business is going to stuck up. That means I have to find some other vendor. On the same time, on that real time, you'll start looking for another vendor and start sharing that job of that one vendor to two people so that you can hedge the risk of your business. If you will do this, then your customer will also do this, man. Mark my words. If you don't know that who is going to be the next successor, that means your customer is very closely watching you and wanted to understand the gravity of it. So this study is really very proven study, and that is really very true. So when to plan for the succession? So we have understood what is succession, why succession, and now we are moving towards when to plan for it. What do you think? When will be the right time to plan for the succession in our chat box? Anybody? In a chat box, please. Sorry, I'm putting you too much harsh onto you that I have to make you to work along with me now. Aditi ji, Gitika ji, now. Anybody else now? Now. Very good. So now I think that the importance of this topic has grown up like anything. Now I agree. Now. Very good. So thank you so much for responding. So I'm also of the same view that the best time to plan for your succession was 20 years ago. And the second best time is today. Let's start thinking onto it and let's start planning onto it. After studying with a lot of books, understanding the lot of consultants' view into it, and seeing that how the big corporates has planned it, I'm able to understand that the succession transition takes at least 10 to 15 years for the smooth transition. How much time? 10 to 15 years, so that you can groom the next leader and give him the complete authority and he can run the show or she can run the show. At least 10 to 15 years. So
Raviji, if I can interrupt, I think we have Shweta who has a question. She has her hand up.
Right. Just I'll take up with this. So what happened if after 10 to 15 years, if you don't have that plan in your hand and you cannot do that transition properly? What I really wanted to mention here is by this means that if I want to retire in the age of 65, then my right sweet spot for planning of the succession is when I am in the age of 50. If I'll do start planning on that age, then only I'm able to finish my succession on time. I'll give you a very important and a very nice understanding of mine with it. So what happened, ma'am, that you all know the babies, small baby. When a baby has grown up to a few months, like 3, 4, 5 months, and we play with that baby and we play with and put the fingers of ours into his hand. The baby holds the complete finger. और फिर हमको एक जोड़ लगाना पड़ता है to pull our finger out and then suddenly he releases or she releases. Do you think why it happens? Does the baby really wanted to love you a lot? My answer is no. The reality is baby don't know how to leave the things. Baby only know how to grip the things. That is scientifically true thing. If you ask a doctor, then doctor will let you know that baby understand first how to make a grip and then he learns or she learns how to lose the grip. But gradually baby learns. But we as a business entrepreneurs, as a female entrepreneurs, we know how to make a grip onto our business, but we don't know how to lose the grip onto our business. Sorry for being very harsh, but it is really.
It's very true, Ravi. It's the truth, but it's absolutely the truth, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
It may seem harsh, but it's absolutely true.
Correct. And I've faced it with many entrepreneurs, ma'am, and I have discussed with many people around me. Even my grandfather was running into an age of 85. When I used to go to a house, we are having a grain business generationally. So my dadadi used to ask to my uncles and to my cousins, "Aaj kitna raha business?" At the age of 85. Remember what you are doing, at least trust this that now you are into a different age of your life. But the problem is not with my Dadaji, problem lies with everybody. We know how to make a grip, but we don't know how to lose that. Right? So second best time kaun sa hua? Aaj ka. to think onto it so that we can plan accordingly. And you know what? If you know what is the end, say for example, I want to travel from here to Jammu. I have to decide that I want to go to Jammu. If I don't know, मैं निकल गया travel पे. Somebody is asking me where you wanted to go. I'll say somewhere. Where I'll reach? Anywhere. If I'll start my journey saying that I'll go to Jammu, then only thing which is pending is mode. Whether I'll go by walk, I'll go by my car, I'll go by flight or train or by any other mode. Now the mode is pending. That can be decided. But first I have to decide that I have to go to Jammu. That the same thing happens with the succession. Yes. So somebody is having a question here.
Shweta?
That can be a Shweta ji.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, your words really hit me a lot, especially the thing you said ki you don't have to grip into one vendor. That really hit me a lot. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. And whatever I'm talking, it is just coming off my experience. And I've seen these kind of challenges. That's why I'm talking too much practical. And that's why I'm hurting your emotions even. And you're being kind enough that you're letting me allowed to do so. But that is really needed because as an entrepreneur, we have to understand the other parts and other things too. Thank you so much for the liking and for the love. So now what I'm talking to you here is that as we have a life cycle of human body, the business is also having its own life cycle. The first phase is ideation phase, where we think. Varuna ji has decided कि मुझे shawl का काम करना है. That is an ideation stage. वो चला 1-2 साल करें नहीं करें, कहाँ चाहिएगा, vendor कौन होगा, कहाँ बेचेंगे, all kind of a thing. Then a startup phase comes in, where we run our prototype. Then a growth phase comes in, where everything goes good. Then we hire a team, employ the people, talk to the vendors, do the things with our customers. And then a maturity stage of a growth comes in, where we are multiplyingly, growthingly going up. Everybody talked till this stage, but my last stage is exit and retirement stage, where I wanted to talk. So everybody is talking for the initial 4th stage, but now I wanted to talk of the 5th stage, which is an exit and retirement stage. So that is the life cycle of a business. So now, अभी तक मैंने सारे questions pop up कर दिया, आपकी बहुत gravity बढ़ा दिया, and आपको पता है कि इसकी importance है, then how to do this is important. So now we are talking about solution and how we can begin up this solution and what all we need to start with it. So first, I have mentioned this by my understanding of 2 years, completely studying a lot of consultants who are working around it, the 5-step approach, which I have mentioned into my book also. The first step is owner's vision, identifying that what the owner's vision is. Second, family constitution, identifying the family and the structure of the family. Third is aligning the family with the business, fixing up it. Fourth is successor identification and grooming. And last stage is ownership transfer and estate planning. Again, I'm repeating for your kind consideration. First is owner's vision. रात कर लीजिए ये तो सोते उठते बैठते भी ध्यान रहना चाहिए आप कौन सी स्टेज पे काम कर रहे हो. First stage is owner's vision. Second, family constitution. Third, alignment of a business with a family. Fourth, successor identification and grooming. And fifth, owner's vision and estate planning. When I talk about the succession, a lot of people will think that I'm talking about the will. The will is the last stage. Before this, we have a 4th stage coming up. If we talk about these 4 stages properly, then we'll reach to that last stage, which is of will. And properly, if it has been planned all the 4-5 stages, then the exit will automatically come up. Now the baby knows how to lose the grip, because the baby has taken the due steps so that he or she can lose the grip. So first step, owner's vision. What all need in an owner's vision? So what all need? Your vision tomorrow, mission, what you're working on today, what is your goal plan, your passion and purpose, why you are doing this. So according to me, if you are more clear onto it, that what you want, you will be more focused onto it. If you will be more focused onto it, you're able to pull more energy into it. If you're able to pull more energy into it, you'll get the better results. So to get the focus, what we need a vision and mission clarity. We need the goal. We need the passion and purpose. So, you know what, Varuna ji, a lot of time, मैं ना पहले जब पढ़ता था as a CA student, I used to feel that these vision, mission and these kind of a thing are bookish thing. They are meant for the websites and for a good brochure and for those luxury companies, जो ऐसा दिखा सके कि देखो हम बड़े.
जी
जो बॉस्टन कंसल्टिंग कंपनी को हायर कर सके और करोड़ों रुपए खर्च कर सके, काई के लिए? विजन स्टेटमेंट बनाया एक सेंटेंस का.
जी
But gradually when I started working into my life, I realized that this is really very important. So one of my client came to me and said, my son is not ready to join with me in my business. मैंने बोला कुछ और पैशन पर्पस है क्या, क्या करना चाहता है? तो कई बार अतरंगी आंसर आते हैं, डांस करना चाहता है, करना चाहता है. वो तो कुछ नहीं करना चाहता, उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करना. तो बोले कि प्लीज रवि जी एक बार आप ना उससे बात करो, जस्ट टॉक टू दैट माय बॉय एंड माइट ही लिसन यू. मैंने बोला नो, आई डोंट वांट टू टॉक टू हिम, आई वांट टू टॉक टू यू. तो बोलते हैं व्हाई? मैंने बोला डू यू नो व्हाट इज द मिशन एंड विजन एंड व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ योर बिजनेस? बोलते हैं यार ये तो बड़ी कंपनियों के होते हैं रवि जी. मैं कहा दैट्स व्हाई योर सन डोंट वांट टू ज्वाइन. Now the generation don't want only money from the business. They want their passion coming up. They want their serve something. तो एक एज थी ना, आपने भी, आप लोगों की लाइफ, मैंने आप लोगों को और भी सीनियर है तो आपने वो एक एज देखी होगी जहां हम इंडिया में ना फाइट कर रहे थे रोटी कपड़ा मकान पे. तो हमारे फादर्स वगैरह ने अगर हमको जितनी भी एजुकेशन दिया, जो भी दिया, उस रोटी कपड़ा मकान की फाइट से निकलते हुए दिया. अब हमने रोटी कपड़े मकान की फाइट नहीं करी, हमने कहा कि फाइट करी लग्जरी. You want a car, you want a big house. अब हमारे बच्चे इसकी लड़ाई नहीं लड़ रहे, ये हम तक खत्म हो चुकी है. हमारे बच्चे काय की लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं? What is my contribution to the society? If you will not explain him, then how your vision is going to come aligned with them, and why your son or daughter will continue with your business? Try to understand this.
also there's a point over here saying कि अगर हम अपने बच्चों को बोलते हैं हमारा बिजनेस कंटिन्यू करने के लिए, कहीं हम उनकी ग्रोथ तो नहीं रोक रहे, कहीं हम उनके ऊपर इम्पोज तो नहीं कर रहे जो वो नहीं करना चाहते, और कहीं और ब्लूम कर सकते हैं.
Right. So Varuna ji, if they know that where this segment they wanted to grow, let them help. But many a time the children don't know where he wanted to go, and he don't want to your business because she or he has seen those kind of challenges in your business. उन्होंने आपको देखा है सुबह से शाम तक परेशान हो रहे हो
जी,
वेंडर्स के चिक चिक चल रही है, कस्टमर्स की रोज बात चल रही है, और आपको टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा है फैमिली के लिए. दे हैव सीन दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स एंड दे वांटेड टू सी दैट व्हाट इज द वैल्यू यू आर पुटिंग. इफ दे नो दैट व्हाई एंड हाउ योर बिजनेस इज पुटिंग अ वैल्यू, दे लव टू जॉइन योर बिजनेस, ट्रस्ट मी. एंड देन अगेन मूविंग अहेड, we need a proper to design a business plan, organization structure for them, that who is meant for what, team completely aligned with the organization vision, and system oriented approach. If this will happen, 50-55% or 60% of the problem of the entrepreneur that their son or daughter don't want to come into their business will be sorted. Then second stage comes in, family constitution. What it means? Family constitution means the structure of the family. Who all are there in the family? Who all are earning in the family? Who all need to be taken care in the family? What is the family council? What is the family assembly? What is the family fund, the family office? Again, this is not meant for the rich people only. Trust me. For the MSMEs and for the basic earners, we must start planning for this also. Be it at a middle level, large level, small level, we must plan it. Because we don't know, हमारा एक step कब दुकान छोटी पड़ जाए पता नहीं है. We have to make us understand that there is one value which can make us to grow up multifold. So alignment of the family will come third stage. Once you know that what is the mission and vision of your business, then the alignment need to fix up this. Many of people comes to me and they say that business is something different and family is something different. We don't mix the family and personal life with the business. I said not possible, man. You all are making fake to each other. Why? You know, that is a cruel truth. The core values of your family are the management philosophy of your business. Your family commitment is the strategic commitment of your business. Your family vision becomes the business vision. टाटा ग्रुप का जो भी आपने एग्जांपल दिया वरुणा जी, द टाटा ग्रुप का ये विजन था कि वो कभी भी एम्प्लॉयज को परेशान नहीं करेंगे, फैमिली का, which has been incorporated into their businesses also generationally. And family enterprise level planning will parallelly align with the business strategical planning. That is how the alignment need to be fixed up. I'm giving you the way that how the alignment is going to fix up. Now what? Now the stage comes in where we all have settled out the background stage. Now we have to understand who will be the successor. And we have to follow a strategy where we can make a proper balance between these things, assessment, management, and grooming. Assess that who is good, managing the rest of the family members or other people, and then investing in his grooming. Now, grooming is also not limited for the education and experiential learning. It has grown up to the mentoring and coaching as well. You have
Yes.
to give him a right kind of a mentoring and a coaching. Many a time what happened that we keep on mentoring him to the same level. But I think it's a time where you ask your son or daughter to sit with a chartered accountant to understand the financial understanding of it. He is the mentoring. The CA will be a mentor to him. Some management consultant who is good in the marketing, make him to understand the marketing from that person, so that an overall development of that leader can come up into the picture. If we are telling him what we know, then we are keeping it limited to what we know only. Let's keep it and open the ground for that person.
Right.
Now we have talked about the 4 stages. What is first? Business vision. Second, family constitution. Third, alignment. Fourth, identification of a successor and grooming it up. जब ये चारों स्टेज कंप्लीट हो जाती है तो आपको क्या करना है? आपको ये ध्यान रखना है that you have documented all the 4 places. हर बार ग्रूमिंग करते वक्त ये ध्यान रखना है कि आपने उसको डॉक्यूमेंट किया है, नहीं किया प्रॉपर्ली, विजन मिशन को प्रॉपर्ली डॉक्यूमेंट किया है क्या, बिजनेस प्लान को प्रॉपर्ली डॉक्यूमेंट किया है क्या. एवरीथिंग डैम थिंग शुड बी प्रॉपर्ली प्लान्ड एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेड. Then there is one more important thing. This is not the other people. They are the family members. They are the one who's going to run our show on our behalf. So we have to be very much open-minded, radically open-minded. We have to understand that true we see is our true. Might be they can see the things into a different way, and we have to appreciate that. We have to keep ourselves open-minded and to allow them to come with their feelings and with their understanding into our business. That is going to really help to grow up them to the next level. And then automatically a retirement stage will come on. I have skipped one part, which is taxation part and litigation part, that how they can plan it properly. So now, before moving to that part, Amitabh Bachchan का एक बहुत ही famous dialogue बागबान का. एक बार अगर अपने बेटों को अपने स्टार्टिंग की फर्स्ट कदम बढ़ाने में उनकी मदद कर सकता है, तो बेटा अपने बाप के आखिरी कदम उठाने में उसकी मदद क्यों नहीं कर सकता. और ये बागबान ने इतना फिक्स कर दिया है हमारे अंदर कि हमको ये फिक्स हो गया है कि बच्चों को अगर सब कुछ दे देंगे, they'll kick us out. They are the smart champ of this era. So what to do? Nothing to worry, trust me. What needs to be done is that we have to see that we must plan the things into a right way. We must have to see that how we can do a process so that the taxation and transfer of the things can happen with a procedural way. If this will happen, automatically ऐसा नहीं होगा कि बच्चा घर से बाहर निकाल देगा आपको. चलिए, come on, एक्सेल टाइम. 7 बज गए, थोड़ा सा एक्सेल करना पड़ेगा. तो who all wanted to know कि बच्चे आपको बाहर नहीं निकाले, उसके लिए क्या करना है? यहाँ तक का तो समझ में आ गया. Very good.
I have a
Very
question, Ravi.
Right. Yes,
I
please,
have a
please.
question that you are saying that the succession should be done within the family, and you should be able to identify who the successor of that particular business is going to be. But what if the family, there is no one in the family who can be a successor
So I'll just
of
repeat
that
my point.
particular business? Then what can be done?
Right. So my point is that I am not talking about the family succession here only. Might I have given a lot of example of the family succession, by my context of setting is the business succession as well. That means
That is what
you are
I'm
good
talking
employee.
about. Exactly,
That
the
is-
business succession. The business succession.
That is the same process will happen with your employee also. Now you have to align your family for your employee. So I'll give you a very good example. You are using that parachute oil?
Yeah.
Huh? Do you know the name of that company?
Marico.
Marico.
Yeah.
Harish
And-
Mariwala.
Yeah.
Harish Mariwala. Very good. So do you know Aditi ji who has taken up the next leadership after the Harish Mariwala?
I think his daughter.
No. He is having one son, one daughter.
Then he
दोनों
wouldn't
को
have
नहीं
given
दिया.
this example.
I know about Distillery where Ramesh Chauhan's daughter didn't want to continue
Right,
the business and he had to sell it. Harish
Right.
Mariwala,
So-
I'm not too sure about.
So Harish Mariwala makes his CFO the management, the owner of that company, CEO of that company,
Yeah.
and kept his son out and said, "तुम अपना family fund देखो, we'll do some investing into other family." He is the right person. He is that right champ जो हमारे business को grow कर सकता है और ज़्यादा. He find him more competent than his own son, and he has taken that harsh decision. So, do you think उनकी wife से उनकी लड़ाई नहीं हुई होगी कि अपने बच्चे को नहीं बना रहे हो, बाहर के आदमी को बना रहे हो? So, what and how they have did? They have made a family alignment in that case. They have did a lot of efforts of the family alignment. If you will read his book, Harsh Realities, I really recommend it to you. What will you will see that how a Bombay industry shifted into a Marico and how a Marico transition has happened.
Yeah.
Bombay industry was a family-owned business by 3-4 brothers, his papa and all of their brothers. He has shifted the complete, he has given them a due ownership and then completely take ownership and then change the name of that company and then run his show by his name, Marico. And again, not given a succession within the family, but outside the family. So, rightly asked question, ma'am. So, I will say it is not required that it will happen within the family, but it can go outside the family as well. You have to identify the right kind of a person. I'll give you this example also recently.
You have to slacken the grip. You have to slacken the grip.
Right. So now, come on with the grip part. तो वरुणा जी has said me कि 1 घंटे से ज्यादा हम लोगों का attention नहीं ले सकते. तो अगर आप सब लोगों का attention continue.
Let me tell you that we had said 1 hour, and I must inform you that in the middle of this entire session, I have traveled in my car and I've come to receive somebody here at the mandir as well. So this is just getting the most, more blessings to you and to everybody who's attending the session, because I've actually come here to receive somebody here. So I've come here to my Raghunath Ka mandir. But this is so insightful. You can go on for the next, I don't feel like ending this really. Maybe we can do a part 2 soon.
Yeah, we can do a part 2. Definitely.
No,
we could do a part 2, and I think
So Ravi ji,
I'll finish it up now.
we could do a
Ravi ji,
part
there's
2,
another
and actually
question
what
I
we
have.
can do is, Ravi, as I mentioned to you earlier also in our talks, that, perhaps I could open it up to the floor of other chapters as well, and we could do like a 2-day, 2 sessions or something like that, could break it up. So more participation as well, because I think this has been so insightful. I'd like to share it with other flow chapters as well, I'll speak to my national president as well and see where you can go, because as many women who can attend this or students, I would like them to really, because this has really been one of the most interesting sessions in the whole format. I love the way it's been presented. It's very easy to follow. So, and it's very basic, but sometimes the most basic things take the longest to sort of, to execute. So,
Right.
I mean, I really believe that this session should be taken to a wider audience,
Thank you so much. Thank you for your love and for your care.
Yes.
There's one
So
more
even for the
question.
members who've missed coming on today due to travels or weddings or other engagements, it would be nice for me to have them come on. We will share, we've recorded the session in any case, which we will share with our member group, but I will also share it with the national president to see what her views are. Based on that, I will get back to you at the earliest.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Varuna ji,
Geetika,
Ravi ji, I have a
once again, I
question.
have to thank you for connecting us, I remember that day, the conversation, and I still have your messages back to me, and it all went off so well. And now Varuna took it further and had many conversations, and it's been wonderful, really, really, really good. Yeah.
So
I hope
Ravi ji,
the
my
rest of the
question-
members have enjoyed today's session.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ravi ji, my
Yes,
question
yes,
is
Ravi ji.
when you have a company, it's like a child you bring up, right? I don't understand the concept of handing your company off to somebody else or selling off your company, which may be your exit plan because there are no successors further to your company.
That's where the
Varuna, I beg to differ here. Varuna, I have to differ here, because I honestly feel this is like when he said you hold a baby's hand and then you believe that baby is holding on to you. There is something called the art of letting go. Like my father, I want to just give a small little example. He had a few companies, and one of which none of us really wanted to be a part of because we didn't understand the nuances of the business. So eventually my father, for him, this was his pet company, something called Indian Tropicals, and he was dealing with some sort of fertilizers and things. And he just didn't want to give up on it. And he just didn't know who his successor would be. So rather than selling it off, the guy who actually helped him was somebody who started his life out as a bearer in our house. But gradually my father trained him up, and today he owns that company, and his family and his daughter is part of that business. My father passed away, but the business is with Gyan Singh and his family, So I really believe if you've started something and you've given it so much of love and care, you shouldn't think about winding up or just, letting it go just because your successors may not want to take it on. You will find that somebody, if you give it that energy, you will find somebody to hand over that business to.
I totally agree with you, Ritu. We were very passionate about a particular business of ours.
Yeah.
Which, when the time came and the person came along, it was handed over to him, and he has done a wonderful job with it.
Exactly. So, the art of letting go and not holding on is a very big part of your business. That's the kind of energy you put into it,
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. But
it's difficult and it's easier said than done. But honestly,
you have to do it. You have to do it.
There is no choice. And, somehow I live my life like that. I've learned the art of letting go of things that are not in my control. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Ritu, I'm very difficult, but I think it's the need of the hour, right?
It's a need of the hour, and I think it's a need that we all need to practice. We all have to actually
Raviji is trying
practice
to say
it, not
something.
preach it, but
Raviji
practice
is
it.
trying to say something. Yeah,
I'm
Raviji.
really appreciating the kind of a thing you are putting up on the floor. And Varuna ji, the kind of emotion you have put it with it, because it is my baby, how can I allow him to go? So your baby also go when you go to the marriage.
Yeah, but it's very difficult. I see other people's marriages and I say, oh my God, how am I going to let my kids marry?
But when we have a proper planning for it, we can definitely have a better way to solve it. If we know that how to take the baby forward, then we know that how to make the things better for the baby. So now let me just quickly brief it up so that I can close the session into a nice way so that it will not be open. अभी तक मैंने operation करते करते आपके सबके pores open कर दिए, तो थोड़ा सा close करने के लिए let me please allow this. So I'm not keeping this taxation part. I'm skipping it for some another meeting where we can talk about the will and taxation part of it. So just to conclude what we have learned today, just let me give you a summary. So succession is only estate planning and made for the rich people? Answer is no. We have learned even a chai ki thadi wala can plan for the succession. Succession is about the retirement. Answer is no. Retirement is the last stage. We have to follow the 5 stages first. I have to register. So before मतलब एक piece of advice तो मैं सबको देता हूँ, वो मैं दिए बिना जाऊंगा नहीं. तो पहले ये आप समझ लो. बहुत लोगों ने ऐसा समझ रखा है that I have registered a nominee into my bank account, into my demat account, and nominee will become the owner of my property. The answer is no. That will go as per the will or Hindu or succession law or Indian succession law or Muslim Shariat law. So that we will discuss into detail some other day with the taxation part. But just to keep in mind that nominee is just a time gap arrangement. So ownership giving means control giving. Answer is no. We can plan it into some other way so that the control should not be loosed out from your hand. So वो आपने आज तो बाहुबली जैसा कर दिया. कट्टप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा? So I think आपने भी ऐसा छोड़ दिया है अपने सेशन को कि कंट्रोल हाथ में कैसे रखेंगे. That has been coming into the next session. So thank you so much for keeping that excitement into. So now one more thing. So no effort अगर हम business को प्रॉपर्ली ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं जनरेशन के थ्रू. अगर हमारे पास में नहीं होगा तो भी, तो बॉस्टन कंसल्टिंग की स्टडी कहती है प्लान्ड करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा कर पाएंगे. मैं नहीं कहता, BCG, द बिगेस्ट कंसल्टिंग ग्रुप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, दैट सेज दैट. सो नो connection between the family values and business value. Answer is no. I have given you the clear connection with the chart that this is how it goes up. Grooming के लिए केवल education and experience learning is the only way. Answer is no. Coaching and mentoring is also another way. And verbal communication. So most of the time what I get the answer, Ritu ji, Varuna ji, and all of the people who are listening me here, that my family is doing very good. My babies has grown up with a very much values. They'll not fight after me.
Which is wrong.
I'm sorry. They'll do. That's why there's a lot of cases pending in the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
don't
myth.
leave the thing in their hand. It's a myth, not the reality.
It's
so
a
now
myth.
what I wanted to say by this, राजा का बेटा राजा नहीं बनेगा. My elder son will not take my position. राजा वो बनेगा जो हकदार होगा. A female, an employee, a one who is a competent should get that place, should reach there.
Yes.
That is most important thing. So answer to your question, Varuna ji, and the people around, that only family नहीं, बाहर के लोगों में भी वो competency हो सकती है. So एक और example देता हूँ. मैं तो chartered accountant हूँ. मेरी दोनों बेटियां हैं. अगर दोनों बेटियां CA बन गई, बहुत बढ़िया, दे दूंगा. अगर नहीं बन पाई तो आपके बिजनेस में तो क्वालिफिकेशन जरूरी नहीं है. यहाँ तो सील साइन लगाने के लिए मेंबरशिप जरूरी है. How I'll do? And definitely I have to plan my succession out of my family, and I am very much open to it. And I'll give you a very important message here. So my wife is also a chartered accountant. She's working in some other company, and my partner, who's next to me, who's taking care of everything, she's also a female. My mother, 2 daughters, my sister. I'm surrounded by the female ones, and I think that my growth has come out of that. So I feel that if the female is that competent, who can take up and put those emotions into your business, let them come into the business. So what to do now? बहुत सारे questions unanswered. So now answer is, plan your exit situation today. आज कल एक बार बैठो, इस weekend पे बैठो, and plan where you are today. आपकी family matrix कैसी दिखती है? आप कौन से values और emotions की बात कर रहे हो जो आपके family में रहने चाहिए, जो आपके business में भी reflect करने चाहिए? Please write it and understand that how you can follow this 5-step approach. Simple ये task कर लीजिए first stage के ऊपर. तो अब मैं थोड़ा सा सीए की जगह डॉक्टर बन जाता हूँ. ये फटाफट क्विक फिक्स है, कॉम्बीफ्लैम है. आप इसको लोगे, कुछ ना कुछ इंस्टेंट सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा. तो यू विल ओपन अप इफ यू विल राइट इनटू योर जर्नल दैट व्हाट इज द प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन ऑफ माइंड, व्हाट इज द फैमिली मैट्रिक्स एंड इमोशंस दैट आई एम डीलिंग विद, what is my family legacy, what are the values, and what is the 5-step approach that Ravi has talked about, and how we can take it forward. How can I help you more?
Yes, next session.
I want to. Yes, definitely we'll do that. But before that, I want to gift you with this my book. I have just created a quick summary of this book to all of the people. Please scan it. There's a simple question: is your name and mail ID or your contact number. I'll text you and mail you the copy of this book in the soft. Just 35 pages where I've summarized all of those.
Thank you so much.
Talked so that you can quickly grab it up and start implementing it. Just to quickly scan this and put.
So Ravi, I have to wrap it up. I have my guests with me.
Thank you.
So if you don't mind, I have to.
No problem, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful session. It's been great. Thank you, members. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Ritu.
Aditi, you've done a great job. Yeah. Thanks, Varuna. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Raviji, Ritu ma'am, Varuna ma'am made that video. Raviji, Varuna ma'am made that video. I just shared it. So I just thought I'll clarify it. But obviously under Ritu ma'am's guidance, everything is happening. So thank you to ma'am also.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think the whole synergy has been great. As I say, always, I believe in teamwork. And together, it's always better. I against we and us against me. That's my philosophy. So thank you so much and have a lovely evening up ahead. Thank you.
So all of those people other than Retoji who wanted to scan it so that I can quickly send the video and this
And if you
I filled up the form after scanning it, Raviji.
Take a nice photo. Varuna, could you take a picture of everybody?
Yes, I have taken many. I'll just take one again.
Because I was not. I had put my screen off. So just make sure I'm there as well.
Yeah, now
We are all
My
here
screen was
because
off,
of
Seema.
you, Ritu.
Most of the time I put my camera off.
No,
It's
we
Zoom
are all
etiquette.
here because of you only. So
You
it's
must
very
have said
important.
this before.
So guys, whoever can
No,
put
the
on their
Zoom
videos,
etiquette.
can-
There was
can I
Zoom
please,
etiquette. Na? I was in the car. I had
can
to
I-
switch it off.
Can I
Hanji.
please have everybody's videos on so we can have a nice picture, please?
Yes, let's take it quickly. Then I'll sign off.
Okay.
Okay, guys, waiting. Not so many faces showing. About 7, 8 not showing on my screen. Okay, say cheese.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody is
Varuna,
having
you
any?
No,
don't
I
have
won't say
to-
cheese. Today I'm saying say Ravi.
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 Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Done. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, Kritika ji, you have one question. I think that is pending. So
Yeah.
if
So,
anybody has
Ravi,
taken-
Raviji, Varuna ji,
Thank you,
Ritu ji.
Gitu.
Thank you, Seema ji. So
Yeah.
that day when I heard I went through the same presentation, and the second time also I've got goosebumps, and it's left questions to me. Now, what am I supposed to do? Like I am also a tarot card reader. I thought कि मैं जब तक है करती रहूंगी, फिर उसके बाद even I didn't think. You actually made me think that I can make this into an organization, and I must do something. I must write a book. I must write something that it goes on even after I'm gone.
Which is inspirational to other people who can learn
Yes.
from you, because there's a
Yeah.
talent which is with you, and where does it
Yes.
go beyond you?
Beyond me. So the thing is that Varuna ji, Ritu ji, I really request for a part 2 on this, because that day also I'm left with this question. So Ravi ji should take a part 2 for us.
Yes,
And I hope
Ritu
we
ji
are
has
ready.
mentioned, so God willing, we shall have a part 2 for sure.
Yeah.
And all members, I hope you have what Ravi ji has offered us. You have scanned the code and filled in the Google form. I have diligently filled up the Google form. So please do that.
I'll just put the screen once more time. Please, I request everybody to please scan it so that I can get your information and send you these kind of information continuously. What is my understanding of case studies around it, and how you can help your complete family around it.
So
If
please
anybody
just scan
is
this
having
code,
kind of
and then it opens up a Google form, and please fill it, submit it, so that Ravi ji has the information.
So if anybody is having any query, any question, I'd love to answer here on WhatsApp.
Ravi ji, if you could request and you could send us this slide, I could pass it in the member group for a lot of members who have not been able to attend, and it could just make life simple for them.
I'll be just sharing post this. So if anybody is left out with any question, I'll love to handle. If not, then I must say that as always, the women do. You have become a big contributor for my life, for my book. And I'll definitely mention into my book that in one of the sessions where I'm talking about the female entrepreneur, I come to know the importance of it. That's why I'm writing this chapter into my book. And thank you so much for being so much good value adder for this point of time.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Ravi
much
ji.
for coming
Any
up with a
questions?
wonderful question.
Thank you, Ravi ji.
Good
That
luck.
was a very, very insightful session. A small certificate of appreciation from Ritu ji's side, which Aditi, if you can show on the screen, and we will email it to Ravi ji. A small certificate from Ritu ji's side with much thanks for this session. Really appreciate it. And
Thank you so much.
does anybody have questions for Ravi ji? If there are any
I would love
questions, feel free to ask. We have our member group, and I can see there are lots of students as well. If there are any questions, please ask or raise your hands, and you can ask the questions. Anything,
And please
anyone?
trust me, nobody will judge you. Nobody will understand that how silly question it is. It is important to raise the point. Trust me, just raise whatever you feel like. Would love to talk on that.
So it
I
seems,
think I'll introspect this time and ask you the question next time.
because you know what you said is a lot of thought which has gone into our head.
We are still,
Trying to
absorbing whatever we have heard today, or whatever we have
because it's all hard-hitting matter. It's all hard-hitting matter.
Because initially it was so difficult for me to understand that people die also. and death is inevitable. And it has taken me a very long time to understand that. So next time I'll be ready with a questionnaire, Ravi ji, and I'm surely going to ask you a few more things. What the basic doubts which I had, I have asked you today itself.
Right.
So
my simple message to you कि अभी आज से कुछ भी सोचना स्टार्ट कीजिए, थोड़ा सा अपने अंदर एक मोटिवेशन लेके आइए and see that where you wanted to be.
हाँ जी भाभी, वो लड़का ना नीचे खड़ा है, आया हुआ है।
Sona, you need to mute.
सुंदर सिंह है उसका नाम।
Sona, you need to mute.
So we have to see that. Sorry to interrupt, but that is the gravity of being around with a female. They do a multiple tasking at one time. So many a time.
Sometimes we forget to mute. That's okay.
Not forget to mute, but actually what happened that you keep on making the chapatis into into your kitchen, and you keep on doing some other activities too. So that is what the gravity is. So I really thanks to Boris also. She's also here now. So she was already here. So she's the one who is maintaining and doing the things on my back. So that's why I'm saying that she's the one. अभी शादी हुई है. So she's doing a multiple task always. तो मैं भी कुछ काम देता हूँ और वो घर का भी काम चल रहा था. And all the things will go hand in hand.
Thank you, Boris.
As a business, I have been in my business for a very long time now, Raviji, and I think women make the bridges in the office.
Right.
with their compassion and love.
Which was all what you showed in that advertisement. That advertisement you showed was
That
all
is
about that.
actually what we do in the offices, apart from
Right.
doing our jobs.
Right. And that's why I'm saying that it is a very important, because the emotions put करने वाला part अगर कहीं पे भी आएगा ना business में, तो female is the very important vital personality who can do this. And you, if you have put that emotion into it, आपको पता नहीं है वो कितना multifold react कर सकता है.
I
And trust me
know.
for this.
I have done it.
Trust me for this process. So thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
now
Thank you,
today
Ravi
what
ji.
you have to do,
Thank
you
you.
have to sit on this weekend. You have to make a list that what your family values is, how you can start, what is the 5-step approach, and how you can begin it off. And just give a quick start. अगर confusion है तो अच्छी बात है.
Ravi ji, we would have never reached you. Thank you, Gitika. Thank you so much, Gitika, for this. It was a really insightful session, and really appreciate your sharing this with us. You heard him somewhere in Jaipur and you shared it with us. Otherwise, we sitting in Jammu and Kashmir wouldn't have known about it. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And bye-bye all. Thank you. Thank you for
Bye.
attending.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.